Welcome to All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Championship night tonight at Dover International Speedway. 1 mile oval, Dover, Delaware. Weather tonight, partly cloudy, 74 degrees. Track is 99 degrees. Track temperature. Winds out of the north, 9 miles an hour. Behind the cameras tonight, Michael D'Amico. Mike Ellis here in the booth. We have championship night, and looking at our points going in, Dustin Lee is our championship leader by 2 points over Mitchell Reeves. Matt Clifton bringing it back in third, 318. He's got about a 29-point gap, so I don't think Matt's really in it. It's between first and second, Dustin Lee and Mitchell Reeves. Should be a good race, finishing up the season. Make sure to join us next week as we start our Super Speedway Series. Talladega and Daytona, we're going to switch between the A, B, and C car. We got quite a turnout here tonight. Let's take a look. They're out doing open qualifying NASCAR style. We got about 8 minutes left. Dustin Lee, our points leader, as the provisional pole with a 23.995. Damon Gilbert second, Doug Lemons third, Ricky Brinkman fourth, Matt Clifton fifth. Last night's championship winner, Jonas Hankins, in the super late model division, brought home the championship last night. Currently P6 in this qualifying. Many thanks to JJN Productions, sponsoring tonight's prize, cash to the championship winner. So many thanks to JJN Productions. I also understand that the winner of tonight's race is being offered a case of Kona coffee be shipped directly to their home. Many thanks goes out to Cadillac Coffee. And boy, they got my attention when they announced that prize. Well, let's take a look at NASCAR news. Well, there is none. Haha, it's the off season. My favorite time of year. Not. Jay Moore has been announced as the host for the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Awards in Las Vegas coming up on December 5th. Jay Moore has done it multiple years, and I guess he's back. Austin Dillon has announced a return to run a majority of the Xfinity, otherwise known as Nationwide Series, in 2015 with sponsorship from Rheem Manufacturing. So as Austin going back to his roots, so to speak, more seat time will probably help his Cup effort. Marcos Ambrose said goodbye to NASCAR last week and head back to Australia, already in the car, I believe, running the Super V8 Series down under. Turns out some of Dale Jr.'s crew has left the flock and headed over to JGR to pit Carl Edwards for 2015. Must be a slap in the face for Dale Jr. and Steve Letarte, who had preached all through this postseason about keeping the team together. And it looks like they lost at least 3 people off their team to Mr. Carl Edwards. About 4 minutes left in qualifying. We do have new times up here. Ricky Brinkman is now our provisional pole sitter with a 23.90. John Houston, second, 23.94, bumping Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert down to third and fourth. Our other championship leader is currently P7 in qualifying. I'm sure Mitchell Reeves will want to put up a better lap and try to get a little closer to Mr. Dustin Lee. Make sure to go over to Facebook and like us at All Pro Racing to get all the information about what's going on. Brand new series starting up next week. The Super Speedway Series at All Pro Racing. And please check out our longtime sponsor, Michael Angelo's Painting. For all your residential and commercial painting needs in Arizona, please check out Michael Angelo's Painting. I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm going to try to get an interview here with our 2 championship runners here before the race. Let me see if I can get a word in with Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves, Mike Ellis up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Mike.
Well, here you are sitting second in points. We wanted to get a word with you. You're 2 points away from Dustin Lee. Have you done the math? Do you know where you need to finish to win this thing?
Well, I'm 3 points back right now, so I really need to finish about 4 positions ahead of them. And it's been one of those nights, Mike. First night I've ever been on iRacing. My computer's been really dropping. I'm just really hoping I can get through those issues first, and then hopefully we can get through this race.
All right, well, good luck to you. We wanted to have championship interviews here before the race. We'll be certainly highlighting your move through the field there, so good luck.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, with that, let's talk to our first our leader of the points in the 51 Olive Hills Welding, Mr. Dustin Lee. Let me see if I can get him down here. Dustin Lee, Mike Ellis in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, buddy.
Well, we want to get a word with our championship leaders here. Going into battle, you got a 2-point lead. What is it going to take to win this thing?
Honestly, it may just take winning the race. I know Mitchell's pretty fast here, so we're definitely going to have a battle on our hands all night, I think.
Well, as long as you're ahead of Mitchell Reeves, I think you're going to be in the clear. You have a 2-point lead, so good luck. We'll certainly be watching.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to put on a show here for you guys.
All right, we'll let you get to it.
Careful.
Yeah, and with that, qualifying's over. As we line up for Michelangelo's grid walk, Mr. Ricky Brinkman is on the pole with a 23.909 in the 55. On the outside, John Houston in the 88. Goodwrench Service Plus Silverado. Doug Lemons gets the third spot in the 70 truck. Mr. Dustin Lee slots into the fourth spot. A great start for our championship leader. Starting in fifth, Damon Gilbert in the Kart City 68 Chevy Silverado. Matt Clifton, who was in the points battle last night, finished second in points in the 20 Bass Pro Shops. Got some petty blue on that truck. Boy, what a nice looking paint job. Scott Bailey starting in the 7th spot in the 08 Fast Lane Racing Chevy. Mitchell Reeves hoping for a better start than this. He's P8 in the 02 Skiers Marine Chevy Silverado. Jonas Hankins, our champion from last night, all set to go in the Hankins Fresh Fish and Snails number 6 Chevy Silverado. Jeremy Crandall in the Bud Mark Competition Chevy Silverado 73 truck. Christopher Mata is starting in the 27 truck. 11th, 12th, Vernon Marheim. Had to zoom in to see what it says on his paint job. It's Young & Sons Diesel Parts, Inc. since 1945. Thomas Schroeder running the Cadillac Coffee, who's put up prize for our winner tonight. Many thanks to Cadillac Coffee and Thomas Schroeder, who's going to start P13. Matthew Hevener in the 420 starts from pit road. 15th, Ryan Eckstein barely gets in. He's usually a working man. Glad to see Ryan E. out here. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Pace car's off. Green, 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 green. And John Houston looking good out there in front of Doug Lemons. Doug slipped a little. Goes to the bottom. There's one car stopped down there in turn 1. We stay green. Our leader, John Houston. Then Damon Gilbert second, Dustin Lee third, Doug Lemons in fourth, Scott Bailey fifth. Behind him, Matt Clifton in sixth, Jonas Hankins there in seventh. So the field already spread out pretty darn good here. So it looks like Matthew Hevener is 2 laps down. He must have been the car down low there at the beginning who had problems. He has taken it behind the wall. But up front, it's all John Houston in the Goodwrench Service Plus truck. Looks like the top 4 have settled in here. Let's go through the field here and see where everyone's running. John Houston, our leader in the 88. Got about a 5 car length gap here on Mr. Damon Gilbert in the 68 Kart City. And another 10 car lengths back to our championship leader, Dustin Lee. Followed very closely there by Doug Lemons. And you saw a truck down on the apron there. That was Ryan E. Looks like he's gone down a lap. I'm not sure what happened to Ryan. Back in 5th, the battle is on between Matt Clifton and Ricky Brinkman. Ricky's got the inside, and he takes 5th spot. Otis Hankins back in the P7 spot. Well, and he's 5 seconds back from the leader. And there's Mitchell Reeves running 2 points behind in the championship. He's currently P8. He's going to need to pick up some spots and catch up and surpass Mr. Lee if he has any chance for this championship. Boy, his truck looks loose too, and that's Skiers Marine truck. As we heard before the race, he had been struggling with equipment issues. That's certainly tough to handle in a pressure-filled race like this here at Dover, the Monster Mile. Rounding out the top 10, Jeremy Crandall and Scott Bailey run about 10 car lengths back. They're about 7 seconds back from the leader. No change up front, except they're spreading out more. John Houston still leading every lap. We're on lap 12 of 100. How many laps is this? 90 laps. Winds have picked up a little bit. We'll have to see how it handles these trucks. You can also see they changed their line a little bit. They've gone up the track. They're not right down at the bottom like they were early in the run here as the tires wear off. So I would say Dustin Lee, let's check him out. He's certainly having things go how he wants them. Currently P3, got a good position. No trucks in front or behind him really. He's kind of out there running his own race, racing the track, clicking these laps off. I bet you he's the one who wants this race to end now. So it looks like Verlis Falcons must have had an issue. He's on pit road, 2 laps down, and it's now taking it behind the wall. Let's see if I can figure out what happened to Verlis. Looks like he pounded the wall here coming out into 4. Perhaps blew a tire or was just too high and got in the gray. They decided to park it. So that leaves us 19 cars on the lead lap. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name is Mike Ellis, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Lots of action. Join us starting next Tuesday for the Super Speedway Series. We have some of those races sponsored already, so make sure to join the action. Looks like Thomas Schroeder has gone down a lap as the leaders go around the coffee machine of Thomas Schroeder. And he's got some right front damage on that truck. Looks like he's already pounded the wall, much like Verlis. But he's sticking it out. He's still out there. Now 1 lap down. Oh, looked like Damon Gilbert might have touched the wall there coming out of 2. As he's still trying to keep in contact with John Houston. You can go a long ways on fuel here in these trucks, more so than tires. So it's a matter of tire management, especially if we have these longer green runs. But boy, you've got some great drivers tonight. No caution so far here at Dover International Speedway. Lapping up another car here, the 29 Nicholas Stone Skag truck. I always love to say Skag. Oh, as he gets up near the wall, as he gives way to the leader, John Houston. As Houston negotiates this lap traffic, Ryan E. going another lap down there. He goes high for John Houston. Dustin Lee, Ricky Brinkman has gotten around Dustin Lee. I want to highlight Ricky Brinkman in the 55 truck. Fanatic truck. He has come through the field. He's moved up. He actually started on pole. I think he faded back at some point, but he's been moving up through the top 10 here and running obviously faster lap times. So P3 for Brinkman. And now Everett Lane and the Fast Lane Racing truck going down a lap here as Houston approaches. That's a 17th spot, so we'll have 16 cars on the lead lap here. This is a self-cleaning racetrack, as they call it. Lots of times when there's a wreck, everything goes down the banking, and it's even banked here on the straightaways, so it all goes to the bottom. And boy, if you keep the racing surface clean, we can stay green. So let's check in. Reeves still a P7, so he has gained a spot overall, but still running with a clean looking truck there, so he's doing what he needs to do to get through the first part of this race anyway, or at least until he can stop and perhaps make some changes to that 0-2. We had another car go down a lap. That'd be Jason Hughes in the 58. As Houston continues to mow him down, Gilbert's gap is slowly increasing, 2.8 seconds back. The second spot. And now we have a fight for Lucky Dog as all these cars are going down a lap. Scott Bailey, the next victim, the 08, he's got some right front damage. A lot of these trucks have hit the wall, but have continued on, obviously, with no caution so far here on lap 33. Vernon Marheim in the YNS. Chevy is also going to be going down a lap here. That's P14. And Gilbert has slipped some more, 3.1 seconds back to second spot, as Houston is just mowing through the traffic. So Dustin Lee has lost another spot, to this time to Doug Lemons, as he moves up to fourth. And Mitchell Reeves and Dustin Lee are slowly coming together here on the track. Currently fifth and seventh. No, let's make that fifth and sixth as Mitchell Reeves gets around Clifton. You've got several seconds between the two drivers, but they are next to each other in position. One more or two more spots and Mitchell Reeves will have it. As Houston continues to mow him down, now Timothy Schultz has gone a lap down in the 22 truck. And now Christopher Matas in the 27 has gone a lap down, leaving 11 cars on the lead lap. Next victim, All Pro Racing's very own part-timer, Donald King. Damon Gilbert, let's take a look at him in second, being held up in heavy traffic here. Looks like he was bottled up behind a couple lap trucks here. Looks like some people are pitting. Scott Bailey pitting from one lap down in 15, calling out that he will be coming to pit road this time by. As cycle has started here on lap 39. Oh, looks like our leader has had a problem. John Houston back to third now. And our leaders on pit road, John Houston, followed by Damon Gilbert and Doug Lemons. Dustin Lee stays out and picks up the lead. Mitchell Reeves in second. Oh, and we have caution as the leaders are on pit road. Lots of trucks caught out here. I don't know what brought out the caution. Number 20 involved, I hear, Matt Clifton. The Skag truck at 29 is involved, of Nicholas Stone. He is spun around by the 25, who gets into the back of him there. And I think this is a huge break for Dustin Lee and Mitchell Reeves, who come through in pit under caution. I don't know, actually it might work out for Damon Gilbert and Doug Lemons and John Houston. We'll have to see where they shake out here. They just pitted under green. It looks like they did make it out in front of the pace car, so they should be able to stay out and pick up the lead as everyone else pits. And no, they're going to be trapped one lap down right behind the pace car, but they'll be able to get the wave around with one to go and come around to the back of the field. So not the break they were entirely hoping for, but at least they'll be on the lead lap here. And joining me in the booth, JP3.
Hey, Mike Ellis and Michael D'Amico. Good to be a late arriving guest this evening.
Not a problem. You can't believe it. You missed a green flag run. We were just pitting under green flag there as the caution came out. And caught several trucks on pit road here. As we'll have to go through timing and scoring here to figure out who's actually leading this race.
Well, I know that tonight is the crowning of the championship night tonight, and our top guy, Dustin Lee, he looks to me like the way it's right now is Dustin Lee 1, Jeremy Crandall 2, and Mitchell Reeves 3. At least that's how it looks here on the grid.
Yep, and they stayed out a little bit longer than those lead trucks, and I think that paid off for them. They caught the lucky caution, and now they have track position up front. Let's see if we can get an interview with John Houston. He's not TeamSpeak, so we'll have to go into the room. Mike up the booth for John Houston in 88. Got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, hey, what a run. You led every lap there as we went through that green flag run. Went to pit, and looks like the caution caught you out there. Are you able to stay on the lead lap?
Yeah, I'm on the lead lap, I think.
All right, well, the truck sure looks good. You were moving through traffic pretty well. How is it out there?
Oh, it's kind of tough getting around this lap traffic. I just made a bad call. Caution came out when I got on pit road, and I thought to go on through, and I should have went ahead and stopped.
All right, well, we'll be watching, see if you can get back up there through there. Good luck.
Yes, sir. We're gonna need some help, but I'll do my best.
Well, there you have it. Boy, he's got to come from ways back there. Looks like he's at about 13th spot, 1 lap down. That didn't work out for him. Dustin Lee brings him down. Jonas Hankins second. Mitchell Reeves third. Green, green, green. Really can't ask for much more. Oh, as Jeremy Crandall gets into the wall hard as he spins his tires. Looks like we're able to stay green. Looks like 27 might have a black flag. He's going to have to pit under green. Oh, and we have a caution. Thomas Schroeder in the 14 involved. What do you see there, JP?
Well, I'm just seeing a little bit. I think he just got maybe a little aggressive there, Mike, trying to catch it on the replay. And
oh, he gets into Damon Gilbert as they were checking up for the wounded Jeremy Crandall. He goes up, but Gilbert is there. And boy, tore up those two trucks.
oh, brother. Yeah, just a little bit. He just kind of turned right up into him, and really no rhyme or reason to do that. He was plenty of room and just basically turned it right into the wall, right up onto him.
Well, let's reset the field here as I had it. All those leaders who were leading early are now 1 lap down. And we got 9 cars on the lead lap. And the next 6 cars after that are 1 lap down. As Doug Lemons gets the lucky dog and is waved around. So that'll make it 10 cars on the lead lap. And boy, we had a long green run there, JP, and now cautions breed cautions, I guess.
Well, here I am again, guys, and I hate to say it, but gee, welcome to the booth, and here we go.
Oh, come on, it ain't like that.
But I'll tell you though, Mike, the thing about this track, with those 24-degree banks coming into 2 and 3 or into 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, I think these guys, similar to what we've seen before on these shorter tracks, they feel they can just carry that speed, and it's not the super speedway. You got to throttle it. You got to know where that lifting point is, and even the high banks, you just got to watch the throttle here. And unfortunately, 2 cautions in 3 laps, and it's I think these guys, we're a little over halfway, and they may be getting a little panic settling in here. I just don't know.
Well, as far as our championship run goes here in our final race of this series, boy, we sure couldn't ask for more, as our 2 runners for the championship are right up front here in this race, first and second, Lee and Reeves.
Yeah, it's almost like you have just that mini chase just between the 2 of those. And I was going to comment earlier this evening with the little delays I had, but these 2 guys, if they can keep it clean, I think no matter what happens and no matter where these 2 guys finish, as long as it's in the top 10 and one ahead of the other, you're going to see the champion in one of these 2 guys.
Oh yeah, I think the 3rd spot is too far back in points. So
yeah,
I think
Matt
it's going to be
Clifton.
one of these 2. It was a tough break for Matt Clifton last night. He was fighting for a championship and got caught up in an incident, and certainly don't want to see that kind of thing determine the champion. But hey, when it's 2 points between them and 1 race to go.
We're just about ready to go green. They've doubled up.
Doubled up here. Pace car lights are off. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Tonight's sponsor paying our championship money, JJN Productions. many thanks to JJN and all of our sponsors who helped out on this 10-race series. I believe Skiers Marine,
Arizona Painting,
Michelangelo's Painting.
Yeah,
Who else? It was a long 10 weeks, actually.
I know you guys did the marriage with the pad, the People Against Distracted Driving, and I'm telling you guys, this has been a fun 10 weeks, and you know, to let me sit up here in the booth with you, Mike, and Mitchell and Michael, you know, for about 5 of those weeks. It's just been an enjoyable experience, and looking forward to the last 40 laps here, but more so what we've got coming down the road with you guys in All Pro.
Absolutely. As we get ready to go green here, Dustin Lee bringing them down. Flag is in the air. 44 spins his tires a little bit, but they keep it together. Oh, and Mitchell is almost loses it. Jonas checks up for him. Oh, and we have one going around. The 88 is around. John Houston. Terrible break for Houston, who led all of the laps in our first run. Let's take a replay. There were just lots of checking up going on, and I don't know who it was. One of the fast lane trucks gets into the 88 and gets him around, and 3 or 4 trucks caught up hard into that incident, including Tom Speed again. So what a terrible break for Mitchell Reeves. He loses a ton of spots there, but somehow saves the truck.
Yeah, the 88 and John Houston just got a little squirrely and ended up going down into the wall and in the middle of the backstretch and just collected about well, he picked up the 20 car and I believe the 18, I think, in there.
Oh, it looks
and
like
Donald
the 88
King
just gave the 08 a friendly tap there of Scott Bailey. Yeah, it was Scott Bailey in the fast lane racing truck that started that with John. So hopefully Houston still has a reset here. I think there's one per race. Hopefully he hasn't used it yet, and he's able to get that truck going again super fast.
Yeah, he took quite a bit of damage there on the rear and also his left, almost his whole entire left side there. And I would probably bet Mike he's probably going to want to take that reset right about now if he hasn't, because he's got an awful lot of damage there, does the 88 car.
Yeah, let's highlight Matt Clifton, who had a terrible night last night and another rough night tonight as he's collected as well, and he's all tore up in the Bass Pro Shops 20. Don King as well, all tore up.
Well, who should we pull down here, Mike, and kind of get an idea what's happening up towards the front of the pack here with only about 37 laps to go?
Well, we've already talked to Dustin Lee. Let's try Vernon if he's around. He's not in TeamSpeak. You can pick him up in the room there, JP.
Well, I'm not able to right now. I don't have communication with actual race control.
Oh, let me jump in then. Well, hey, we've been watching you get up through there. The truck looks pretty clean. You got the track position. What do you got here for the win?
Well, if I can get a good start, you know, at the beginning of the race, I was qualified like in the top 10. I hit the wall right at the start and kind of fell back, did some adjustments to it. You know, it's going. You know, we'll see what happens. Dustin's pretty quick here, and same with Jason and Damon down there. You know, who knows? If the luck falls my way, I might have a chance.
All right, well,
hey, the Y&S truck looking pretty good out there. We'll be watching. Good luck.
Yeah, the GTR Simulator.com truck's looking good.
Well, there you have it. Vernon Marheim trying to show Dustin Lee what's up. And Dustin thinking championship, JP, what's going through his mind as we double up here for what might be the final restart?
Well, Mike, I can only imagine, you know, that here's Dustin been running all these races, and Vernon comes along here, and he's right in there in the P2 position, a guy that he probably hasn't had a whole lot of familiarity with in some of these races, and right here, he's right up in the mix, and just a few cars back is Mitchell. So I don't know. It's I don't know how often these two would have ever run together or not, but it is. I would, if I was Dustin, I'd be a little on the nervous side having a guy I'm probably not too familiar with right there on my outside.
Yeah, and a guy looking for his first win at All Pro Racing too. So
Absolutely.
interesting. Jason Sideslove right there, pretty much in the same spot, running third, looking for his first win.
I think what
Mitchell
we need
Reeves is back there in ninth. We'll have to watch Mitchell. He almost lost it on that last restart. Pace car's off. And there they go. And Vernon gets a huge start there. Oh, the 44 touches Damon Gilbert. They come back up. Oh, no. And Mitchell Reeves is involved.
Oh, brother.
And boy, that's going to be tough for his championship hopes as he's caught up in that. Let's take a replay. The
I can only
44
imagine.
gets into the 68 as he spins his tires. So just like we talked about, JP, these guys looking for their first win, they get nervous and something happens.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that, Mike. And I look back here at Mitchell, and oh, brother, he has just got to be beside himself, thinking, okay, inside I'm going to be okay. Most of the accidents have been happening up on that upper third of the track, and here he is getting taken out. And I think you're right. This, unless he's got a full reset, he is probably going to be. I'm not even sure if he can be able to stay on the lead lap here, if he can get in and out and get a quick fix or not. But boy,
and to add
oh boy.
insult to injury, Verlis Falcons comes by and nails him at the end of the wreck.
Yep.
Oh, tough break, Mitchell. But hey, that's why we run these races. Anything can happen.
Well, I've just seen, in the 15 or 16 laps, Mike, here, there's just a lack of patience. And I think it's what we've been talking about. You've got some guys that have not been in this position, other than Dustin and Jonas. These guys know how to run up front, but a couple guys that maybe they're just not familiar up here, and it's not a plate track. And it's causing some havoc, and we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and oh, brother. Oh, I feel bad
Let's
for
reset
Mitchell.
our field now. Dustin Lee, our leader. Vernon Marheim, second. Christopher Mattis, third. And I understand Mattis might have a black flag. He still needs to serve and hasn't been able to with all these cautions.
With the cautions, exactly.
Let's see if we can get a word with him. We're going to have to do it in the room.
Good track position. Truck looks good, but I understand you might have a black flag. What happened?
Well, I was banking on the long run again, and I was trying to stretch out my gas mileage. Pulled in with 2 to go with the pit closed. It closed just as I was getting there, and kind of got a black flag for entering closed pits. I would have made it on just that last stop. I would have been able to stretch it the whole way, but...
Well, hey, you got Oakley, some airtime on TV, nice paint job on that truck. Good luck.
Thanks, Mike.
So he's obviously going to be losing third spot there as he pulls in at some point after we go green and serves his penalty.
yeah, he just hasn't had the chance here in the last 9 laps because we've been under caution. And I'm trying to get a feel here for where Mitch is at and how far back he fell and if he did lose an entire lap.
I think he's on the lead lap here, shown in 10th.
Car to come up.
I think there's 12 cars on the lead lap, so he did not have a reset, it appears. He got some damage on the right front of that truck. It's not horrible, though, but we'll have to see. I mean, he certainly isn't going to be the kind of competitive up front, leading, especially here in the limited amount of laps we have. I think there's 30 to go.
Yeah, I'm showing we're going to be 30 if the pace car is ready to turn the lights off. We're going to be about 29 to 30 laps to go.
And there's a lot of checking up, it seems like, under this caution. I keep seeing trucks slowing down and speeding up.
You know, and I can only be in Dustin's spot right now, just the frustration and the nerves a little bit. You know, here he is, he's running 60 miles an hour pace speed, and he's just going, come on, I'm out front, I want some green laps, let me just run this thing to the end. And I think he just got, his nerves got to be on fire right now.
Let's highlight the NASCAR iRacing Road to Pro as the Team All-Pro continues to prepare for the Daytona 500 as Don King takes over the flag with a high I rating above 3,000 now as he works his way up to Division 2. Congratulations, Don. I hope you can hold it.
Oh, that's a major, major accomplishment.
It certainly is in official racing as the pace car goes off.
All right, guys, come on, let's keep some green laps here.
Boy, it looked like Jonas Hankins was blinking a little bit as they take the green. The 3 wide back in the back, but they all sort out. And Dustin Lee is doing everything he can do tonight to win this thing. He's leading the most laps, it appears, as he approaches that number. Out front, clean air. Vernon Marheim slots into second. Jonas Hankins right on his tail, hunting him. And Hankins wanting a win as he's all fired up from his championship. And let's jump back to Mitchell Reeves real quick. Currently P7, he's got a couple spots, and he just spins down low, and the caution is out.
Oh.
And that's certainly going to end his night.
Oh, Mitch.
As he's racing really hard with the 88 there of Houston. I saw him, it looks like Houston got the wall just a little and came down into Mitchell, and Mitchell had nothing to do there.
Yeah, I think it's just that what's my truck got left, how hard can I push it, and well, you saw it right there. I mean, he moved up, 3-4 spots there, was looking to go maybe another 2 spots. He was giving that thing everything he had, just clipped, just a little.
Yep, and that's a tough break. I could see the desperation sinking in there. That's why I called out, let's watch him on camera, because I knew something was about to happen. And sure enough, Mitchell Reeves spins out there with racing real hard with Doug Lemons. Doug getting into the wall.
And came
Excuse
right
me,
down
it wasn't
off
Doug,
the
it was Houston.
The 88 car, yeah, he just got a little
Houston.
high.
And got a little high there, and they made contact, and that was it.
Boy, and Mitchell's got to think I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm holding the line, and Houston came right down off the wall and just turned Mitch down into the wall on the low side.
Let's try to get an interview. Let's pick up our third place driver and last night's champion. JP, you want to talk to Jonas?
Yeah, copy that. Hey, Jonas, JP3 up in the box. How are you?
All right. How about you?
Well, I'm doing super, buddy, and you are holding your own right up here towards the front of the pack. You are a champion. What are your thoughts here? You know, we've got about 26, 27 laps to go. Dustin's been running awful strong, but you are hanging right in there. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking Dustin might have me on the long run. The car's kind of been real tight for me in the, in the long run we had. So I'm just hanging out in third, and hopefully we'll see what happens. I mean, it's still, 20 so laps to go. So I want to say thanks to the sponsors. If it wasn't for y'all, this thing wouldn't be possible. All Pro Racing and all y'all guys up in the booth, behind the camera, all y'all guys doing a great job. Can't wait till next season, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, copy that, Jonas. We appreciate that. And, hey, this season isn't over yet, so you're starting right in there behind Dustin in a good spot. Maybe run that low line with him. Let's see you, maybe you and Dustin can swing away from the pack and run the last 26, 27 clean. Thanks for coming up to the booth with us.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Well, there you have it. Jonas Hankins in the freshwater fish and snails truck. Getting it done, P3. That's a good spot to be in here. And Dustin Lee probably got the butterflies, but as he might have noticed, Mitchell Reeves has taken it behind the wall. So I think that's going to make it official, regardless of where Dustin Lee finishes at this point. I think he's going to win it.
Yeah, looking at Matt Clifton, being at 318 points, I don't even think there's a chance there. So, you don't want to call it this early, but it does look like Dustin is going to be our All-Pro Series Truck League champion.
And what is the team thinking right now when they know that fact? They're sitting here in first spot on one of the final restarts. They're thinking, hey, let's win this in style and go win the race.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that's what Jonas is thinking too. Maybe Dustin and I can go 1-2, and I would not be surprised with Jonas starting right in there on Dustin's bumper to watch these two guys maybe push each other away from the rest of the pack. But boy, let's go 25 laps clean here, 26 laps clean, and Mike, let's call this thing to the finish. Going to be an All-Pro winner, I got a feeling though.
And yeah, Arnheim still in this thing, and Ricky Brinkman right there in fourth. We've documented he was our pole sitter and fell back, but made his way back through the top 10 with just outright speed in that truck. Boy, he might be something to contend with if we stay green here. Pace car's off. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis, JP3 in the booth with me, and Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. There they go. And Marnheim gets a great start. They're side by side into one. And boy, look at Brinkman. Gets up into Marnheim, it looks like there. And looks like Dustin Lee has got a nice little lead here as these guys are scrapping it out for second and third. Now Brinkman on the low side of Jonas. And Brinkman's coming.
Yeah, he has been making a nice move. I think he's just being a little savvy here, finding his spot. I think what he's waiting here, maybe just find out, maybe Jonas is going to miss that lifting point and just sneak up underneath him.
I'm not sure where he came from, but he must have a faster tires or newer tires than the rest of these guys who have stayed out the last handful of cautions. And boy, it's down to one truck length. He's hunting Dustin Lee here for the lead.
Boy, is he ever.
Ricky Brinkman getting it done in the Fanatec 55 Chevy Silverado. Now half car length. And what about Dirty Air? Did he get there and can't make the pass because there's no downforce?
I'm not sure what ratio, what setup these guys are running, but he has moved up through that pack, and here he is. He's right there.
Well, he's looking, and Dustin Lee giving him plenty of room. As Dustin, all he knows is he has to finish this race, not necessarily win it, to bring home the championship. And Brinkman's got the preferred position, and he takes the lead.
Oh, that was a very, very smooth move there. Clean. Both of them gave each other plenty of room. That's some savvy and good racing. And even on Dustin's part, too, just to recognize that. Boy, that was smooth move there, though.
Yeah, you got to give kudos to Brinkman for racing him clean because he knows he's in the championship. Don't want to take out anybody involved in that. It's a kind of a worst-case scenario. So Brinkman getting it done and now pulling away. And Dustin Lee, I'm sure, will be content with second as the championship looks like to be his. The fight is on for third, though. Let's check out Vernon Marheim and Jonas Hankins as Hankins hits the apron and somehow saves it. And Crandall trying to follow through. And boy, what a scrap here for third as Everett Lane is getting involved.
I just got to be thinking that Dustin's out there saying, guys, be easy back there. Come on, no more cautions. Just let's get through this. But they are fighting like dogs for 3, 4, and 5. Oh,
yeah,
brother.
Right now there's not a truck around Dustin Lee in sight. He's loving it. Boy, that's the risk of, you don't want to get wrecked. So battles for fourth. Vernon Marheim has been fading a little bit here as everyone's scrapping, trying to get what they can get.
Not being part of that first clean run that you all had earlier in the race, it seems like the trucks are settling in. They're holding the lines. I'm not seeing a whole lot of loosey-goosey slippage. So I think, 5 or 6 laps under these tires are really helping to get these cars to settle in a little bit, and this is what we needed.
Well, these guys are lined up nose to tail for fourth spot as Everett Lane trying to get through. But some of the best in front of him here, Crandall. $13 laps to go here at All Pro Racing. Make sure to like us over on Facebook and YouTube. No change up front as Brinkman drove away from Lee. Now 1.98 seconds.
And I think Dustin's minding in his thoughts. He's got to just be thinking, keep that pack behind me, 3, 4 seconds behind me. I'm fine being right where I'm at. I just don't think he's going to push the truck at all here, Mike. I think he's very content just riding for the last 11 laps.
Yep, and looking at Hankins in third, just like he said, he's looking like he's really tight. Kind of running a higher line there through the corners. But the battle's for fourth as Crandall gets into Marheim a little bit. Finally goes low on him. Oh, and Everett Lane pounds the wall. And Everett Lane is around. He saves it.
Man.
And now Crandall's on the outside of Marheim. And Marheim's up on this wheel trying to hold these guys back. But, Crandall pounds the wall trying to get by.
Well,
and now Sidelove's going to try it.
Oh, there is no mercy here. These guys are absolutely just going with everything they got left in the tank and on the tires and in their hands and feet.
Well, you run out of patience when you're behind a slower truck with older tires. And you can kind of see that playing out as these guys pound the wall trying to get around Vernon Marheim.
I can only imagine what the guys must be talking about on their team radios right now. I gotta think Dustin's probably saying, would you idiots just relax back there, please? Oh, to be on the team radio with those gentlemen right now.
7 cars on the lead lap. Let's give a shout out to Tom Schroeder in the 14. The only car 1 lap down, and he's continued to hang in there, and he's currently 8th. 7 cars are on the lead lap here. Oh, and our leader just clipped the wall. 55, I just saw him scrape it. Pretty good hit. To watch the gap here to Dustin Lee. Last time it was 2.5 seconds. We'll see if it changes here. 2.8. So he's actually gaining, even though he slapped the wall.
Yeah, Dustin may have seen that and maybe lifted a little bit. I just think he wants to stay away from any trouble whatsoever.
Yeah, and Brinkman probably in a panic here as we come down to the last handful of laps. He's got almost a straightaway lead on 2nd place. And Vernon Marheim still showing 4th spot, able to at May. Merlis Falcons drives it up into the wall there as he gives way for these faster trucks.
Boy, Mike, I tell you, watching some of these trucks hit the wall, maybe some of them, including All Pro, are going to have to come out with brand new paint jobs for next season.
I tell you what, Brinkman has got quite a gap, 3.4 seconds now with like 2 laps to go. Save him reckon he's going to win this race. And boy, the top, the lead lap cars are really spread out. Back to 4th, and it's real tight for 4th. As Crandall tries to get around Vernon Marheim, he puts the bumper to him, but Marheim holds it. And nothing changed up front. Brinkman still bringing it home. As we watch the battle for 4th, and Crandall flips the wall again. And we're in the last lap. And looks like Mernheim's going to hold that spot, but it's Ricky Brinkman up front, bringing it home, the checkered flag. White flag. Yeah, he's got 1 left here.
Boy, that battle for 4th and 5th is not going to go away. These guys are going to run it to the checker.
Yeah, several lap cars involved there trying to get position as Crandall lays the bumper to him again, and it still doesn't work. And Vernon Marheim getting it done. Nice run. Let's see if we can get an interview with our winner tonight. We're going to have to do it in room here.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, he's got to be one happy camper to fight off that group of tremendous racers. Hopefully you can get him up on box there and sim, and let's hear from him.
Out and park at the finish line, please. Keep the channel clear for an interview, sir.
And Mike Ellis in the booth for our winner, Ricky Brinkman. You got me?
All right. Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, hey, congratulations on the win. Boy, you got the pole tonight. It seems like you slipped back, but you were able to come back up through the field, a real fast truck, and you certainly earned it there at the end.
Oh, yeah, I had a real good setup. I put a lot of time into it. I was really happy with it. I was kind of disappointed when my start got messed up there, but I worked back through it. A lot of wrecks at the end, too. That probably helped me get up through there a little easier. But all in all, it was a good night, a lot of fun.
Yeah, the cautions did play in your favor, but you're right. It was a fast truck. We did take note of you coming through the top 10 there. So congratulations. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or thank?
I'd like to thank my team, FXR Motorsports, John Houston being one of them. Yeah, we put a lot of time in setups, man. So I'd like to thank him. Thank you, team.
All right, and I understand you might have won some coffee too, so I hope you like that. Congratulations.
Yeah, cool deal. Keep me up to racing more.
All right, JP3, that's our winner. Why don't you pick up our championship winner, Dustin Lee, who also finished second.
Dustin Lee, thanks for coming to the box and joining us. Congratulations, my friend, the All-Pro Truck Series champion. How you feeling right now?
Yeah, pretty good. Wish I'd have had something there for Ricky, but he was in another zip code there.
Yeah, Mike and I were talking those last 5 or 6 laps when he kind of got underneath you with a pretty savvy move, but it looked like you just didn't want to go chase him. Was it him run away from you, or were you just being a little bit more cautious, just making sure, hey, I finished this race, I finished it, I'm going to win this championship?
A little of both, but I really didn't have anything for him. But I definitely didn't want to end up spinning out there. Truck was really, really loose. I hate that Mitchell, I guess he had some bad luck at the back of the field there, and yeah, I really was expecting him to be up there with me, and I guess he had little computer issues too, but you know, I really hate that he wasn't there at the end to battle it out with me.
Copy that. Hey, Mike, what do you got to say for our champion here?
Well, hey, it's been a long series, and certainly congratulations in order. You had a 2-point lead coming in, but did what you had to do today to take it. You know, you ran up front pretty much all day, so congratulations. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or thank?
Yes, thank you guys, and All-Pro Racing, Michelangelo's Painting, Skiers Marine, Outfield Welding, you know, Damon, we work pretty good on the setups here and everything. And, you know, just everybody for coming out and racing, and you know, like I said, it was a long series and enjoyed racing every race, and look forward to next season.
Yeah, I expect you and Damon to be certainly at the in the front runners as we go into our Super Speedway series coming up next week. We'll see you then.
10-4, looking forward to it.
All right, let's talk to our third place finisher, Jonas Hankins. Final step on the podium, Jonas. How was your run tonight?
I'm very pleased with all came out, and thanks to the sponsors.
Absolutely, including Hankins fresh water fish and snails. Tell me what kind of Thanksgiving specials you got.
I really couldn't tell you right off, but I'm sure I can work some deals out with anybody that comes along and wants any guppies or ramhorn snails. Got several different colors of snails, so if you need anything, just holler.
Hey,
well, there
Jonas,
you go. Third place finisher.
Gotta ask you, Jonas. The Black Friday is definitely a good day on the fish market at the shop. Am I correct?
Oh, for sure. I'll have several Black Friday sales, just like anybody else, and just come on and check us out. And had a blast in this season, and I was very happy to be here. So, thanks, guys, and it was really fun.
Fantastic season there, Jonas. It's always fun to watch, and a good third place finish tonight.
Well, there you have it, our top three. I was wanting to get an interview with Mitchell Reeves, our second place championship finisher, but he's already left the track. Boy, the agony of defeat, JP, is part of racing.
Well, I think I heard Dustin saying there too, Mike. He may have had some computer issues. I don't even see him logged on to the server right now, so I'm wondering if he may have had some computer-related issues. And what a shame! What a shame! At this juncture, you know, he was right there, top 3, top 4, until that first caution got him, and then the second caution just took him out, and it was either computer issues or he just took it over the wall. And we hope for him that he's not crying in the basement or something right now because he is one heck of a racer, and he was there every race it seemed like, and he just had some bad luck tonight. So
Yep, and that does it for us here at All Pro Racing. Vernon Marheim certainly gets a shout out there, finishing in 4th. As we look at our finishing order, Brinkman first, Lee second, Hankins third, Vernon Marheim 4th. Gave his all there to keep Jeremy Crandall, Everett Lane, Matt Clifton behind him, as we had 7 cars finish on the lead lap. Make sure to join us next week for the Super Speedway Series. My name's Mike Ellis. On behalf of JP3, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras, the entire board of directors at All Pro Racing, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.